Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sonic 3 Complete. We're here in Ted's favorite stage, apparently, Marble Gardens.
What is it about this stage that you don't like, Ted?
It's annoying.
Yeah.
It's like, it's hard for me to explain other than I just find it annoying. It doesn't flow as naturally as most of the other stages in this game does. There's a lot more stopping and needing to do weird jumps.
Yeah, it is a very meandering level,
And
specifically with the spinning tops.
it's just, I just don't ever really have fun, I guess is the big thing. You know,
It's one of those levels. I go easier on it because I really fucking love this track.
well, I don't like
It's
the
playing
music
in the
here. I
background.
think that might be part of it
Well,
too, is that I don't
the
really
level
care for
hits
the
you.
music.
The level hits you hard with complicated physics challenges from the very first nanosecond of the stage and never really lets up. You start falling, and in order to not end up on the bottom sucky route of the level, you kind of have to negotiate these really steep slopes and find a way to not fall. And it feels
I like to think that bottom sucky route is how Sonic labels it on the map that he and Tails chart.
And then, even then, the level ends on, the hardest boss fight in the game, which is preceded by a really perilous, the level is collapsing on top of your head sequence that you have to rush through and not, in order to not die. So, the entire, it's kind of a spike in difficulty, which is ironic because it's also the level with the fake spike robots. I love those robots, by the way. Why would Eggman not put actual spikes on them? Why rubber spikes that bounce you? Why not make them real
because
spikes?
why not just make spikes that shoot projectiles too?
Yeah.
like the best of both worlds.
But he puts rubber bouncy spikes on them.
Yeah, I guess he wants to keep things fair.
It's no wonder this guy was portrayed by Jim Carrey in the movies. It was the perfect casting. Okay, so
A red
still need to
Jolly
watch my
Rancher, yummy.
It's more like a ring pop.
They make me think of D&D dice.
They do kind of look like D12s, which you never use.
Why not?
Those
Because
expensive,
they're
transparent,
only for
expensive
barbarians.
plastic ones.
And I'm
No,
not
they're the
saying
ones-
this as like an insult. Like literally, the only class that uses them are the barbarian class.
Wait, what? D12s?
D12s.
D12s, yeah. Only barbarians use them for their hit points and for like great axes, and then like nothing else uses a D12.
Oh, unless you're a fighter with a great axe.
Yeah, but if you're playing a fighter, you might as well be a barbarian because like that's the fun
They're just
version.
better. They're just
No,
generally speaking better.
no. Fighters have Battle Master, dude.
Oh god, we're going to a D&D chamber.
Fighters have Battle Master. Battle Master is the most fun shit ever. You can command your party members to attack and stuff.
Yeah, because my friends always really appreciate when I tell them what to do in the role.
No, because
Oh god.
they get extra attacks. You can use your turn to have them get an attack. That's awesome, and that's just one of the special actions you can.
Hey, nice.
Whoa!
I mean,
level
I'd
wraps.
say that's another drawback to playing this on a natural Genesis ROM, but it's
Whoops.
glitches like that shit happened to me when I was playing the
Are you
As
saying that
we're-
it's not just 3D Sonic that has glitches? What?
No, Robotnik's nefarious-
Robotnik's diabolical traps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
get it
the
right.
Sega Genesis sometimes could not track the
player's position.
the player position and the collision detection properly. So
Let's go to
as a
Knuckles.
result-
Damn it. I want to go to
It
Knuckles.
also,
Round.
consequently, it also makes Sonic 3 speedruns less interesting to watch compared to Sonic 1 and 2 because
When you just like click through the wall.
Level wrap the entire
because
time.
a lot of levels in Sonic 3, as we're talking about Metropolis Zone, they wrap vertically.
You know what would have been a really-
level wraps are way more frequent, and it's just like watch Sonic go warp from one end of the stage to the other. It's like cool. This is very boring.
You know what would have been a really diabolical trap for that part of the level? If the spikes at the top of that ledge that you had to fly by were actually the fake robot spikes and they shot you out of the air.
They just shot you down into a spiked ball. That's also fake.
So, anyway, regarding the fake spike robots, it's actually possible to see them before they pop out. If you pay attention, the actual spikes, the actual
Oh,
spike sprite,
okay.
is just slightly
All
different.
right, so Ted, I know exactly what you're going to say, and I'm going to agree with you, but I also think it's a deliberate design mechanic of the bubbles. Because for some reason, and I've tried it so many goddamn times, I've labbed this shit. Where
you
the
have to
bubbles,
go
when
into the
they're
lab in order to make the Insta
Yeah.
Shield look decent. Okay, I see how it is.
the bubbles when their spike is out is immune to the insta shield.
They're also immune to Super
You cannot. Say what?
They can't be damaged at all in that form. Super
Really?
Sonic just goes right through them.
Motherfucker.
Why doesn't Eggman make all of his shit out of that?
Well, then why doesn't
Well, they did in Sonic 4.
Wily?
Oh, good point.
That's
It's
true,
so
right,
weird.
yeah.
It's so weird that the bubbles were designed that way because it seems like the kind of thing that would have been designed with the Insta Shield in mind, but it's not.
Yeah, it's like it's a more mobile Orbanaut.
And then they became the stepping stone robot in Sonic 4. Like, oh,
What a downgrade! Like what an absolute fucking downgrade.
Do you
It's
like
like-
homing attack chains?
No.
That's why I like classic Sonic. What?
Why not play Sonic 4? We have Bubbles, Spider-Man, homing attacks,
That's it.
poker.
if I want to play a game with homing attack chains, I'll play Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands. Okay?
There's homing attack chains in Prince of Persia.
Yes.
What?
Does he do like neat little like skateboard flips when he hits an enemy?
Sadly, not.
Damn. I don't know if I should call this a Sonic game.
I saw the most cursed thing today. Do any of you guys follow the Yeti?
I do.
Yeah, they had a shirt either today or the day before today, colloquially known as yesterday. I'm very sorry.
Oh, is it the Ridley Sonic
yeah,
Adventure Coast?
that's the most cursed thing I've ever seen in my goddamn life. I hated it so much. Did you get it?
No.
Aww.
It's a little too goofy for me, for my Metroid taste.
Okay, so
Marble Golden, Act 2.
Does Tail have a smaller hitbox than Sonic, or is this?
Yes, he does.
Oh, okay.
He is a pixel shorter.
Which
than Sonic.
only matters to one boss.
so
Seriously, it does matter to one boss, and it's really weird that it does.
what? How did you get hit by that?
I got hit by
Because
it.
he was using the back end of it.
Why,
Didn't really have a choice.
why was he at the back end?
We're talking about the boss like being a humongous difficulty spike. I think it's more so applicable with Tails than it's like Sonic.
Yeah.
Oh yes, it was. But like, even when we were playing the game blind as kids, even just doing this as Sonic was a bit of a surprise mix-up, and it was a bit hard to like time the jumps to hit Eggman without hitting his drill or his jet booster, because both will damage you.
Because it depends on what angle he's approaching you
Yeah.
from.
Yeah, like when you're a kid, eventually you just settle on only hitting him when he's coming from one direction and never touching him when he goes from the other directions, because that's the safe option.
And if
But,
Tails doesn't catch you, you die, right?
No,
No.
Tails will always catch you if you fall.
Okay. I haven't played this in a long time, so.
Like that
Being able to actually die by a pit is a very Sonic Rush thing, though. But thankfully, they never.
It is a
got that
bit
far.
weird that Tails suddenly magically gains the ability to airlift Sonic infinitely for that one section.
I
But-
like to imagine he just chugged 5 Monster Energy drinks.
Oh man, he must have been really desperate because Monster tastes terrible. Give me Mountain Dew any day of the week. It's the only time I'll
Tails would chug Baja Blast.
Well, I'm talking about the Mountain Dew energy drinks, which taste like soda, basically.
No, G Fuel. Tails would chug G Fuel.
No, he would buy the Sonic-themed G Fuel box and never open it.
Oh. Oh. Hey, ruin the collector's worth? Please.
Oh, I never figured out how to do this one as a kid. Like, I just didn't understand how you were supposed
Well,
to.
you see,
do it.
that's the thing, because like the special stage challenge either comes from just trying to complete it or trying to perfect it. Which I've never fully perfected every special stage, because especially by the Sonic and Knuckles portion, fuck it.
Okay,
It's like,
okay,
I just want my
guys.
emerald and get the hell out of here.
Guys, BrainScratch anniversary special moment. What time are we at? Because my VLC froze.
Oh, awesome.
9:30.
At 9:30.
9:30.
Oh, so I'm actually at the correct time.
Hey.
Hey, did you just lie so you can call back to that?
No, I actually like my VLC froze in mid frame in a special
We should go
stage,
back to
but
Skype.
it kept ticking forward. So
How about no?
Let's go back to Skype and only record one audio track.
Look, dude. I was just like watching Ted's Resident Evil 4 stream for 10 minutes yesterday, and like the first thing I do is complain about Skype problems. But we're never going back to that. Discord forever, baby. Oh God, the same people own Discord now.
Man, that's very existential.
But hey, we got all the Chaos Emeralds. Huzzah.
Wait, Microsoft bought Discord?
No, I don't think they did yet. Not yet. That's been a rumor for a while. I don't think anyone's bought them yet.
Oh, good. Please never sell yourself.
And there's still time.
The only reason we love you, Discord, is because you're free of all that bullshit. But if Microsoft gets a hold of Discord,
honestly, how long does a program ever last before it starts getting full with a lot of bullshit?
Well, I mean,
like Discord's on. I mean, I love Discord. Discord's like one of the best fucking chat clients I've ever used in my life. But it's like it's only a matter of time.
Well, I mean,
and then Skype 2 makes its comeback, baby.
I mean, compatibility issues are a thing, but like the reason Skype went bad is because Microsoft cut corners with it. Discord doesn't cut corners. They want to be a really good chat program with a focus on gamers and little community servers, right? And they do that. They do that just about as well as you could possibly hope for it to be done. Yeah,
my favorite thing is about like getting invited to a new Discord server and then immediately muting it.
Oh man, I love having 20 Discord servers I never post in.
But like, I should really like actively post in my own Discord server now. I'm being reminded of that. This is my least favorite part of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. That bit right behind us there. Those 3 platforms, for some reason, they always slow me down. And they're not even hard, they're just annoying.
You're right there, Tails? This is kind of losing his mind going apeshit over there.
Oh, you're right about the bubbles. They don't even die when you have the invincibility power-up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, like, fucking, they got downgraded so hard after this.
It's like I get the feeling they designed the bubbles before the Insta-Shield existed and just never updated them. That would explain...
The Insta-Shield was a last-minute addition, because, believe it or not, a drop mechanic from Sonic 3 was the drop dash.
Well, a very archaic and fiddly version of the drop dash.
To be fair. But it's also like, fucking... the thing that we thought was a new idea for Mania was a scrapped Sonic 3 mechanic.
Can you tell these developers are from Sonic Retro?
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, it was pretty wild. I didn't know about that until like they released the most recently uncovered Sonic 3 beta. Apparently that was a coincidence too, actually. Like they thought of the drop dash on their own and it just turned out that someone else...
Well, a much better drop dash, like, on top of that, too.
I still, to this day, do not know how you're supposed to actually do that stupid thing.
When you're at the apex of your jump, and it has to be a fairly high jump, otherwise it won't trigger, you hold down the jump button a second... You push the button a second time and hold it down. And Sonic will start to spin again, and you'll hear the spin dash sound. That's when you're doing the drop dash.
Yeah, it's kind of like a higher pitch.
You have to hold the button down after that, otherwise you'll cancel it. It's good that you can cancel out of it if you don't mean to drop dash, because that could be really bad in some places. But yeah, and it's really, really good for keeping up your momentum after a sudden change of direction, or changing your direction suddenly if you want to. People say that the drop dash is... only good for speedrunning, but the more I play Sonic Mania, the more I realize it's good for just general movement too.
I was gonna say it's good for me just keeping me going.
Yeah, like I think one of the things you can do in Sonic 3 Air is have the Insta Shield and Drop Dash active simultaneously.
Yes.
So that's good because the Insta Shield functions as a secondary visual indicator that you're doing the Drop Dash properly too. So that would solve your problem, Ted.
Yeah, that was one of the big things, is that I didn't know, like, how the hell I'm supposed to do it, so that made it, like, I didn't...
I kind of find it funny that with the Insta Shield would help you visualize that technique that you don't give a shit about.
I mean, I guess. You know, you can just, like, do double duty on the bad techniques, and then they become a good technique? Question mark?
What did the Insta Shield do to you, Ted?
It is one of those things where I had
so
friends
much?
play Mania, and they didn't even know that Drop Dash existed, so...
You want to know what the Insta Shield did, John? It had sex with my mother.
How did you beat that boss so quickly?
The insta-shield fucked my mom!
You beat that boss really fast, Ryan.
Yes.
Well, you can damage it when it arrives first.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Cause that's what I do nowadays. Is like if I can hit it 7 times and then wake back up, I just ram into it once with my cock. And then it explodes.
Hi, Michael Jackson music.
I was gonna lead into that.
Did
the
he?
biggest
Okay, did he
revelation.
actually compose this or not?
He definitely contributed to the soundtrack.
We know that much
we,
at least.
we can't say for sure exactly what though, because he goes uncredited. And
We're basically going by what sounds like actual Michael Jackson music.
yes, and tracks that were changed after the prototype. But that's what I wanted to ask you guys about that, because like the biggest
prototype
revelation about
has-
the prototype music is that what we originally thought were replacements for like the Sonic and Knuckles collection on PC were in fact the original tracks from a prototype. So we had different music for Carnival Night, Ice Cap, Launch Base, Sonic and Knuckles' theme was different, and I want to say that was it.
Yeah.
But they were originally prototype tracks. And so I mean, did you guys listen to them? Did
Yeah.
you guys have comparisons?
It's pretty wild that those existed in a Genesis prototype because we all thought they were made later.
PC.
But on the other hand, they sound terrible. Like they do not sound in sync with the Genesis instrumentation at all. I have a theory that they were meant to be replacement tracks and just weren't finished in time. That's my hypothesis. But
I'll take
That's
PC
just-
Carnival Night over regular Carnival Night any day.
I'm not a huge fan of this song either. I agree with Clement here.
Well, I mean, I like it, but it's also
yeah, it's like this song's been baked into my head so hard that
it's carnival music.
yeah.
If you
But it's
don't
also
like-
just Michael Jackson's jam.
If you don't like carnival music, then oh well, carnival stage. But this brings me into a general statement that I want to make about classic Sonic. Part of the reason that Sonic 4 was ultimately disappointing, and part of the reason that even Sonic Mania, as excellent a game as it is, ends up being not quite as special, is how every stage, except for some shared concepts between the first stages of the games, every stage, every badnik, every music track, unique throughout all 3 games, all 3.5 games, if you're gonna go the TED route. And
When did I ever
Be
argue
a
that Sonic
pedantic
and Knuckles
asshole.
was only half a game?
Well, it would be more accurate because Sonic and Knuckles on his own only feels like half a game. It's very wonky in that sense. But
Hence
like,
3.5.
yeah, but like everything is so unique. You're always seeing and doing new things in these games, new gimmicks, new badniks, new levels, new music. It's not like Mario, which tends to rely on recurring visuals and recurring music feel, even when it has different tracks technically.
Well, to be fair, that wasn't the case early in Mario's career.
Well, yeah,
Mario
because-
1, 2, 3, and World had distinctive feels
well,
and flavors.
1, 2 USA, and
You know what I mean, but yeah.
but like even comparing Mario 1 to Mario 3, you still got the Goombas. You still have the same general visual idea for the way stages look. And
Also, like
music
level
is
to
like
level too. There's not as much
like-
variety. Like there's
like
not butter building. That's Kirby.
That's Kirby.
Butter
Yeah.
Bridge.
Butter Bridge 1 and Butter Bridge 2 aren't that different, like it's each world in a Mario game might feel slightly different, but like here it's every level, which is a big deal
like
to some people.
Super Mario World has a more unique visual and audio identity than Mario 3 and the games that came after World, but even then it's still like in the same ballpark, whereas Sonic games tend to mix it up a lot more deliberately all the time. Oh, that Spike
Or
Pit
let's
always gets me.
Or they used to. That's like the biggest complaint about Sonic over the past
yeah.
decade plus, because Generations came out
10
years ago now,
10
which
years
is
ago.
like oof. When you remember that, but like the only game since Generations to really have new like ideas, like mostly is
Mania.
boom. Well, I mean, even Mania,
not
the
even
annoying thing
Mania.
about
Yeah,
Mania is that
I
it's
know,
basically just
but Mania is the
generations.
only one that really had new ideas. Like, even like the one unique question mark theme in Sonic Forces was the Destroyed City, and Sonic 06 happened, so that isn't even new. It's just slightly different looking this time. But like,
Yeah, I would say that the last time
Oh, darn it.
they legit tried to branch off into new territory was with 06 and Unleashed.
no, Colors
And,
had
and
that
yeah,
was
and
sick.
Colors.
Well, Colors
Yeah,
did
Colors, yeah.
Colors did something that I think that Lost World didn't try to do but failed, in that Colors brings back a classic Sonic feel while not like doing the new Super Mario Brothers Lava World, Water World, Grass World,
Yeah.
so on and so forth.
like the
You know,
zones. The zones and the visuals and the audio feel in Sonic Colors were very Sonic Colors. They had that unique standalone feeling. People will credit Sonic Colors with starting the not so great trends that current Sonic has, but really it only started a few of the less egregious ones.
yeah, like you can
Um,
argue like, you know, some of the story things that people don't like as much started in Sonic Colors, but that's not really the important stuff, you know. Versus like Lost World, like I guess technically it's a new setting, but it like still
doesn't feel like one.
It feels very generic.
Yeah.
Oh,
Even like the-
Ryan,
even
how are
like-
you supposed to get past this
No, this isn't- this isn't-
unstoppable
th- no, th- this
obstacle?
isn't-
This isn't the
is-
one. This is a different one.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
that's not the Barrel of Doom. You will know when the Barrel of Doom hits.
Okay.
I like how they
But,
made
like,
it a mug.
This is another thing that I got to watch Gaming Brit get stuck on for a good long while, the barrel. He was like, he didn't know what the Barrel of Doom was going in. He had to have his chat explain it to him while he was already stuck on it.
No, let's be real though. The child's gonna do it whether he asks or not.
Yeah.
Watching someone who hasn't played Sonic before play these games that I've been immersed in since my childhood was an interesting experience, because it's like there are a lot of things in these games that are no-brainers for me now, because I don't even remember the first time I encountered them. I just remember how to do them, you know.
Yep.
Yeah. With Sonic games, I can't watch someone else's first time because then my right hand starts shaking violently.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting to look at that kind of stuff, because you kind of remember that you kind of get a game design lesson on what's obvious versus what is people just being bad. Like, for example, when your mom doesn't run when she's playing Super Mario Brothers, that's okay. Maybe your mom's not very good at playing video games. But when you're watching somebody play a Sonic level for the first time and then they get hit by like a slicer, and it's just like, okay, you know what? Maybe that is a little bit dickish, you know?
Or when you're watching a game designer play Metroid Dread and he complains about an extremely
God, are we
obvious
going there?
that everyone else shot by accident anyway.
You see,
It's a
it's just funny too, because the game literally says at the start of the game, if you get stuck, try shooting in random places. You don't know what will happen. And it's like,
The funny thing is, I did have a chance to play some of Dread, and I did get stuck in a secret block. Later, after that point, like after you beat the White Emmy, there's a point where you need to shoot some blocks that just look like a wall. After you get the magnet thing.
I know exactly what you're talking about because Nora got stuck there too.
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
is a
so-
visual cue to what's breakable and what's not. It's just really, really, really slight. It's really hard to notice. On
Just,
this
just as a slight aside, I love that power because now Metroid can finally crawl.
Yeah.
But only on walls for some reason.
It's still crawling.
Metroid can
Crawl
slide
vertically.
now, though. That's cool.
Yeah.
Wait, John, I have to know how much anxiety did not having the morph ball from the beginning give you?
I hated it. I
like,
hated it so much. And it's like,
It's
it
like
should
the-
not be taking me this fucking long to get my morph ball.
It's the first time since Super Metroid that she either hasn't had the morph ball right away or hasn't gotten it like.
Oh, no, because remember,
Left
she
of
didn't have the
start.
morph ball in Fusion either.
Yeah,
in
but
the
you got
beginning,
that
but-
after the first boss, though. Like,
True.
No,
It
you
wasn't
didn't get the
very
morph ball in
first, though.
Prime until after you got like missiles.
But like because you have the slide, you don't necessarily need the morph ball to get through all gaps, just the ones that are underwater or slightly above ground level. So it makes sense to hold off on the morph ball for a little bit because it feels like, you know, an upgrade.
We wanted to use a slide.
Yeah, like
well, I
It
think
feels like-
honestly that's a good design thing because it gets you used to using the slide instead of just
agree.
doing the morph ball, so that you can use it to dodge stuff. Because Metroid Dread.
that slide is gonna be like super important for getting away from Emmys, you know. So
Yeah.
it's a good thing that they get used to using it, but
Here's the barrel.
yes.
Oh
is
yeah,
the
because
barrel
this
of
is
doom.
the only one where you actually need to know how to do the up and down.
You get
stuff, right?
locked. You get locked in here. You can't even backtrack.
Nope.
So if you don't figure it out here,
Time over.
Yep.
and like
Easy peasy.
the reason it's a problem
Take
is
that
because,
for
like,
your old me.
the reason it's a problem is because the most obvious and intuitive way to get those barrels to move
It's
is
to jump on them. Yeah.
But you can't get enough momentum going just by jumping to clear that.
Well, it's also the only time in the zone where it's mandatory.
Yeah, I mean there are
Like-
there are other barrels that are almost that feel like they're supposed to teach you how to use the barrels, but none of them force you to experiment with the controls to the point where you figure out that the up and down buttons need to be, you know, something that you do. So it's just a really awkward design. So I mean, nowadays we know about the barrel, but
Yeah.
also another thing that Sonic 3 Complete did.
Oh,
which we
I
are
just
seeing in
noticed.
action now.
I noticed, and it's beautiful. It's the most
has-
beautiful thing I've ever seen in my
He
life.
has supersonic animations for other things that would just be a recolored regular.
Oh no, I thought you were talking about the music because
I mean, there's that too. Yes.
That
made
too,
me
yes.
very
But
happy.
look, he still has supersonic sprites. He still has supersonic spines in all of his other animations, which is something that like even the Taxman version doesn't do. Like
Yeah,
Sonic
it's a nice
is-
little detail.
It's nice because like Sonic would always like get stuck in like recolored glowy yellow normal Sonic sprite for a lot of his animations.
Be in OC mode.
Even his looking up animation has supersonic spines now. So
Oh, was this added too?
No, this
yeah.
is always here.
this would launch you into Ice Cap Zone originally. Are you gonna do? I guess we won't find out until next session.
Oh, you tease.
Aw.